access to quality and affordable foods is necessary now more than ever before. The COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated an already concerning issue for the city of Boston: food security. Mayor Kim Janey is leading Boston's recovery from the COVID pandemic. Catalina López-Ospina is the director of the Mayor's Office of Food Access, overseeing food security initiatives for Boston residents in need. And she's with us today on Commissioner's Corner. Catalina, thank you so much for joining us on Commissioner's Corner.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. Very excited to share everything from the city.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure. I would like to start out. What is food insecurity and how does it affect the city of Boston, especially lower income residents and communities of color?
Yeah, food insecurity is a silent problem and is defined as a lack of consistent nutritional food for every household, every person in the household to have a healthy and active life. So in other words, it's like when your family don't know when the next meal is coming from, or when a parent they doesn't have dinner for feed their kid, or when a grandparent say, this is my Meals on Wheels, but I'm gonna give you to my grandson. That is the examples of what food insecurity is and look in our household and families in Boston. And we know that the Black and people of color communities are more affected for food insecurity is because we are being through a system of our system of racism and policies that are against to all those practices that are putting these communities in disadvantages, so they don't have the same opportunities. The white people in the city of Boston is where they are more susceptible to be food insecure. And remember, food insecurity is not just is a result of poverty. So they don't have food in their table is because they don't have money to buy their food. And this is coming from like a wide reasons that there's happening in the system, and like lack of opportunity, lack of good jobs, lack of good paid jobs, lack of equal or good education. All those are reflecting on a family that are food insecure.
Thank you. So as the director of the Mayor's Office of Food Access, how do you support Mayor Kim Janey's agenda, food access agenda?
Yeah, the mayor released her agenda, food access agenda, at the beginning of this year. So we developed that agenda with a lot of community input. So we have like community sessions and surveys and interviews asking people who are facing food insecurity or who are serving people with food insecurity. And through all that the process, we identify some of the themes. And some themes like people is asking for more food be affordable and good quality, to be accessible and have choices, and to increase the utilization of programs that already exist. So the way that we are supporting major agenda is like all our programs need to be addressing one of those buckets in one or other way. So if you see on affordability, we have different programs that what the goal is doing is like provide additional budget to families to afford the food that they want and they need and want. For accessibility, it's like we are open farmers markets everywhere in the city of Boston, so people can just go to the farmers market close to their home and they don't have to commute. For better use of the programs, like we are trying to come out with a campaign that everyone know the resources that are around. So everything in our office is coming on those buckets that are on the mayor agenda.
So you talked about programs that you have and having access to quality, affordable, healthy foods. What are some of the programs that you do have?
Yeah, so we have all the programs like in buckets. I always talk about buckets because it's like how we are seeing here. So one is to increase the power of people to buy the food. So we have the Boston Double Lab box, food box, that is like we have a 12 stores in the city of Boston, in Mattapan, Dorchester, East Boston, Roseberry, that SNAP users can go there, and the city covered up to $10 of the purchases on fresh fruit and vegetables. So that we are giving them, like, we pay for half of your vegetables, so you have the opportunity to buy eggs or buy milk. So that's one way that we are doing that. Other program that we have this year is the farmers market program, coupon program, that is open to everyone who need it. You know, like the double up program is just for SNAP users. The farmers market coupon program is for everyone in the city of Boston who need that additional dollars to stretch their budget. So their coupons are in the 21 farmers market in the city. It's a first come, first serve. People can go there and go to the manager table and say, can I have coupon? And they will have $10 to use at the farmers market. So those are like the ways that we are trying to maximize their budget. Also, we are trying to increase visibility and access to a safety net program. So SNAP, that is we used to be the food stamps. So that we are trying to connect everyone with people with organizations who can help to do applications, because this is the moment to be on SNAP, because it's a tool that is sustainable, that adapt to your different, your changes in your life and your budget. We also like trying to connect families with PEBT, that is a pandemic EBT that works like a SNAP, but is for students, BPS, charter school, parochial schools. So the government is giving them money to help them to buy food. And they can be used at corner store, supermarkets, farmers markets. So we are connecting families with that. We are working with Boston Public Schools very close on that.
So you mentioned a lot of different things. You have a lot of different initiatives going on, and we're absolutely going to dig into them individually so that people are aware of actually what specifically they are, because I think it's very important, especially during this time. So obviously it's been a very challenging year due to COVID-19. How has the department been able to address the needs with such an increase of food insecurity?
So I can say that partnership has been the main key for on our response, on the city response. So we are a very small team, and for the day one when Mario Walsh closed the city or closed the schools, we right away connect with partners. So partners work together with people who are doing the work on the ground, supporting them. That has been the key and of our success responding to the emergency. We have over 80 volunteers, City of Boston employees, helping us to respond to calls, because we are getting like 500 calls every day. So City of Boston employees just step up and help us. Other departments in the city were like redirect to help us to respond to that. Mm-hmm. So I can say that they have been very challenging here, but everything was done thanks to partnerships and support by City of Boston employees and other organizations outside of the Boston.
What is the emergency feeding program? That must have been very crucial during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, so, and as I said, that was a very beautiful program that just started one day to the other one, responding quickly. So with all the calls that we had to the Office of Food Access, and we also work very close with AJ Strong. So all those calls were coming, and we were putting people in different buckets. So like, who doesn't have food right now and need food in the next 12 hours? Who needs food in the next 48 hours? Who needs food that can wait like a week? So we have all those categories, and we were working with the Greater Boston Food Bank. They were sending us like tons of food to the BPS kitchen. So we were with volunteers, we were packing with the police academy, with the MBTA. We were like distributing that food every day. We were doing almost 1,200 deliveries a day.
Wow, that's fascinating. That's
Monday,
great.
Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So we didn't rest, but that was the way that we respond to everyone calling us.
What challenges did you face in order to, because I'm sure you had to somewhat kind of scramble, like you mentioned. So what challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
So one of them was the staff capacity, and like that was addressed with all the support of the city. Other one is coordination. You know, like that we were doing a lot of emergency response, but at the same time we were working very close with the Boston Resilience Fund. They were giving funds to the community organizations to help us to close those gaps. So we were monitoring where our resources were going, because we didn't want to overlap resources, overlap efforts. So it was just like keep everyone in the same page. It's like what community you are serving, what neighborhood you are serving. This is the gap. Who can close that gap? So it was a lot of coordination, and I think that was one of the main challenges that we have. But we just did with a very good communication and constantly calling with partners. Like we have meetings every day to see who is doing what every day.
Yeah, communication is key, but also are the programs and the initiatives that your department has. And we're going to go through one by one because there's several that you have going on simultaneously. So let's start with the Boston Farmers Market, which you already mentioned. Tell us about the coupon program.
So we have a very vibrant farmers market in the city. We have 21 farmers market across the city. So there is no neighborhood that doesn't have farmers market except West Roseberry. But and we wanna solve that. So if everyone is seeing this and wanna open a farmers market in West Roseberry, just please call us. But farmers market, what we did this year is first increase the vendors, number of vendors at the farmers market. So we provide mini grants to vendors. That we say like, I know you have a very hard time last year. You need some like seed money to start over. Just contact us and we can connect you with a farmers market. So now that the farmers markets are there, we need to make sure that those vendors have the customers, and the customers that we want are those individuals that need the help. So we partner with over 40 organizations. They already have been working with community members who know that they need, they have their own screening system. They say this family need that. So we gave them coupons on a booklet. So $75 per household per month that can be used at the farmers market. But we also know that not everyone is connected with this organization, so we provide coupons to the farmers market managers. So all the farmers market managers in this moment have coupons. So coupons can be used to buy dairy, vegetables, meat, honey, bread. So we are trying to give like the freedom that we all want to have when we choose our food. So there's $10 that you can use at the farmers market for whatever you need and you want.
Are there a lot of farmers markets accessible in different communities, neighborhoods?
Yeah, we have 21 farmers market and they are all over the city.
Okay, that's great. So they can have access to quality, healthy foods.
Exactly. Okay. And if you want to know where are the locations, they can call us, call 311 or visit our webpage.
Okay, great. And we're going to have all that information at the end as well to make sure that everybody knows where to go. So there's another initiative that you have. It's called Healthy Initiative Program, also known as HIP. And that's with residents, that's for residents with SNAP benefits, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So the Health Incentive Program is a program that is managed by the state for the Department of Transitional Assistance. What we are doing is trying to connect people with the HIP And how that works is depend of your household. You can get some additional, or you can earn dollars to buy fruit and vegetables. So if your household is 2 people, you will have $40 to earn at the farmers market. And if you are 2 to 6, you have $40, and you are over 6 people in your household, you have $80. So SNAP recipients can go to any of our farmers market, go to buy fruit and vegetables, make the payment, and the money that you got, you pay for your fruit and vegetables that is on your allowance, it will go back to your account right away. So they will give you a receipt, and you say that the money was taken off and the money was put in back. So it's almost like you have free money to buy fruit and vegetables. So all the SNAP recipients should go to the farmers market and use their HIP. And there is every month. One thing that I want people to be clear is that because you didn't earn your HIPs this month, that doesn't go over the next month. Every month you have $40, you use it or not use it, and you lose it. So next month you have other $40. It's not like you're putting all together and say I have $160 in 3 months. No, you have to use it every month, and it's a calendar month.
Okay, got that. Thank you. So the next thing that you have, another initiative that you have, is the Pandemic EBT, which is a summer, that's since last year, spring of last year, correct?
Yes.
And what is that about?
So pandemic PBT is also is a federal program. So the federal government had provided some funding to the cities and to the states to provide this support. So all the kids that are in public schools in the city of Boston, and charter schools and in parochial schools, they will have that are eligible to get a card, like a SNAP card, but there's like a credit card that you can use to buy fruit and vegetables. So they should have received at this point the card. If you haven't received, you should call us because we can help you with that. And they are given some allowance to monthly to use buying fruit and vegetables. And that the program starts just with the intention to help families to feed the kids at home when we're not receiving the meals at school. And that went through April to the end of this school year. But the good news is like the state has extended that to the summer. So kids, when they are through the summer vacation, they also will receive allowance. So it's very important that everyone who is looking at this program, please make sure that you have PBT. If not, call us and we can help you to get that, because at the moment the federal government hasn't say if they're going to extend that. So this is the moment to use the PBT.
Where are the stores located for the Double Up Food Bucks?
So Double Up Food Bucks is a program that is for SNAP recipients as well, that as I say, that support, I help with the purchases, and we have 12 locations. They are located in East Boston, Roseberry, Dorchester, Marapan, and Jamaica Plain. So we have the location in our webpage. So again, it's a way that we can help you to stretch and maximize your SNAP dollars.
Now, there's a lot of kids at home, children at home under the age of 18. What programs do you have? Summer programs do you have?
So we have the Summer Eats program that is for kids 18 and younger. So we have over 100 locations across the city where the kids or the parent or the guardian can go to those locations and say, I have 3 kids at home, and they will receive meals, like lunches and breakfast for the 3 kids. And it's a grab and go model. So they can take multiple meals for the week because they don't want to do multiple trips to the site, or they can go every day. But there are across the city, and it's for 18 and younger. And there are meals, breakfast and lunches.
Urban agriculture, what is that all about? Tell us.
So urban agriculture is a way that community organization and farmers want to bring back to the roots of like, I want to grow my own food. I want to be more sustainable. I want to eat fresh food. So we have 18 farms in the city of Boston that are providing like fruit and vegetables to farmers market, to CSAs, to the community through like farm stand. So the way that we are supporting our farmers is finding outlets for them to sell the food. And we are providing ways for people to buy that food. So that's where all the programs that we have is like just connecting farmers with corner stores who want to sell the produce or the farmers market, and we are providing the resources to the families to go buy those produce. The city is like providing a lot of funding to start new community gardens that is considered like urban farming too, or food sovereignty. And there are like the trustees have several community gardens too that we want to try to support more. So we want to make sure that everyone who wants to grow their own food, they want to connect with the land, they want to grow the food that is culturally appropriate for them, because here we cannot buy callaloo, so let me let me grow my own callaloo.
Is there a strong interest for urban agriculture?
Yes, through the Mayor Food Access Agenda interviews that we did, people really want to grow their own food, want more spaces, because it's not just grow the food, it's like create bonds for your neighbor, like it's a space where people can interchange cultural background, experience, even to teach to cook. So it's more than food, it's something like build community and create a space also for like meditation or for relaxation, like to like live all the stress out. So yes, we have a lot of demand on community meetings, community gardens or farms. So we are hoping that in the next couple months we can, and moving forward, the city can support more the expansion of those initiatives.
And where are those farms located around the city?
Yes, so we have 2 farms in Dorchester. We have farms in East Boston. We have a farm in Fenway, in the Harbor Island. We have in Hyde Park, Marapan, Roseberry, South Bend. So there is an extent number of them. So we can provide you, like if you go to our webpage, you will see the addresses and the contact information. If you want to go to the farms, buy food from them, or even volunteers, they always need like additional hands to help them to weeding. Lately, we have so much rain, so it's weeding time. So please call your farmer and let them know that you are there, support them and buy their food.
And what is the website that they can go to?
They can go to the Food Access webpage in the city of Boston.
Okay, great. Catalina, thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. This information is going to be very helpful and resourceful for so many people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me here and for sharing this important information with everyone.
And please come back. We'd like to have you come back on in the future as your initiatives change and you get more programs.
Yeah, and I think like as we go with the Mayor Janie through the renewal, and we're gonna have more initiatives that we want everyone to know. So for sure, we're gonna knock your door again in the near future.
Thank you. You're always welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. For more information about the Boston Office of Food Access, their programs and initiatives, please visit boston.gov/food, or you can follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Boston Food Access. Thank you for watching Commissioner's Corner. See you next time. I'm Najya Mawasi.